Hello everyone, welcome back to the wonderful fields of County Durham. Just myself today. I've brought my machine. I've got the minelab manticore. See if we can pull more things about this nice field undetected. It's about 20 acres. Just on my Billy Lonesome today. No Thomas, no Cooper, no Harry. I've got maybe 4 hours maximum before I run out of daylight. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. Like I told you on the last video, there was just down this way on another farm, there was a scattered hoard of hammered coins found. Whether or not we'll find the same out there somewhere, who knows? They could be there, they could be there, they could be anywhere, who knows? We'll try and find out today. As usual, the first hole I dig, I'll try my best to dig it live, and you can kind of get a feel of what we're going to find for the rest of the day. Yep, we'll see you on the first hole. Right guys, first signal. We've got a nice and clear, loud. I've lost it. There it is. 15, 16, sort of. Yep. What I'm going to do is I'll dig the plug when you're not on the camera, so you're not getting motion sickness, and then I'll come straight back to you once I've got the plug out. Right guys, she's out. So we'll find out together what it is. Just quickly again, new pinpoint on the last video, sorry that's upside down. XP MI6. Yep, I'm impressed with it. Much better than the minelab. Now I am a minelab man through and through, but that Profine 40 pinpoint, it just left so much to be desired. It was just not very good. Sort of, it would just have a mind of its own and a little bit too sensitive for its own good, as you would think. But no, I've bought this. It was on sale. I think it was about £120. You got a free pouch. So yeah, I'm very happy with this so far. I don't know how I feel about the it doesn't take batteries, you see. It just, you undo that and it just charges, you see. So I don't know how I feel about that. I always felt I had, because I always carry backup 9-volt batteries for the minelab pinpointer, so I always had a backup. So if this goes flat through my own doing, probably because I'll forget to charge it, then I'm jiggered really. But anyway, back to this. We'll see what's in this hole here. And we have ourselves, guys, first signal is the top of a moo tube. Well, hopefully the finds get better than that. It does feel to be lead, so it will go in the lead pot. I think I've got about, well, last time I weighed it, I had 10, 11 stone, but that was a good few months ago, so I think I could have about 15 stone in weight of lead. I don't know off the top of my head what that is in kilos or pounds, but yeah, 15 stone of lead at home, so I'm hoping to get that weighed in. And yeah, will I treat the wife? Probably not. I might just buy myself something else metal detector wise, but yep, that's that. So hopefully something better in the next hole. Right, this signal was very iffy. It was kind of bleeding up into the top ferrous limits, but we've got ourselves, and this is another first for me. I think it's a, now correct us if I'm wrong, if I've got the terminology wrong, but I think it's a beehive thimble. Now, I've found plenty of thimbles, but I've never found one of these ones before. It seems to be like more fatter and shorter, and well, more shaped like a beehive, I suppose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the dirt in there so that it doesn't get squashed when I put it into my finds case. But I'm over the moon with that. That's a lovely little find. I hope you can see that for the daylight. That we've got bad light. It's kind of murky, sort of overcast weather today. It was raining really hard this morning until about 9:30, so I've kind of dodged the weather a bit, but already for me that's made it worth coming out for. Age wise, I don't know a lot about these. If anybody can point us in the right direction in the comments, I would really appreciate that, because it's not something that I've really sort of read up on very much. But I'm very, very, very happy with that. That's very encouraging for what else we're going to find on this field. So, yeah, see you on the next one. We've just had that thimble there. Next signal. Very nice. I hope you can hear that through my headphones, and I hope you can see the screen. I'm going round it 360 degrees. Middle line. Yep, that's a nice one. We'll see when we've got the plug dug out. See you in a bit. Right, as you can see, we've got the plug dug out there. We'll just get the pinpointer in, and oh, that's incredibly lucky. It is in here, I think. Right, what's poking out of there? And that is a pre-decimal half-penny coin. Didn't expect that, to be fair. I thought it was going to be something else. I think these were took out of circulation in would it be the 1980s? It's a little bit before my time, that, like the early 80s anyway. I was born in 1989, but that should have Queen Elizabeth on that side. Probably dated somewhere in the 70s. Yeah, not a very interesting find, but still one that goes in. It'll go in a pot somewhere. It's a coin, first coin of the day. But really we're looking for something that's maybe 2, 3, 4 or maybe 500 years older than this, if we can. But yep, first coin, so I'm happy with that. Yep, catch you on the next one. Right, we've got this one here. I didn't film it because it was a signal that was an absolute bag of hammers. And you can see that's very nice, very clear, very loud. Now before, instead of being on the centre line in here in the 50s, it was bleeding down from the top. And it had something about it where I thought, I'm just going to dig that out. It might still be rubbish, but we'll see if I can find it. Where are we at? Come on. Hold on 1 minute, folks. She's in here. Oh, there she is, look. Can you see that? Now, what is that? It looks quite interesting from here. Oh, until you turn it over. Oh, although it could still be something interesting in mind. I thought it was just going to be a plain tomback button, but it seems to have something else there. We'll just give it a little tickle with this soft brush. Now, what is that? I have no idea what that is, guys. I don't think it's very old. It seems to have a bit of a small spring in there, whether it's been off a lock or something. Yeah, that seems to push in there, the springs. Yeah, I think it's maybe off just some sort of modern lock. But that was not a very good signal. I can only think that it's because the spring and some of the fittings in here might be made out of iron or some sort of metal that was causing the machine to get a little bit mixed up with itself, causing it to go up into the upper ferrous limits. But yeah, just a bit of rubbish, but it could have quite easily been something else. But it just goes to show that if you are unsure with a signal, just dig it out. I mean, it takes all of 2 minutes, and you just never know what it might be. This time, unfortunately, just a bit of scrap, but never mind. Another nice signal there. I've just filled that hole back in. Now that's what you should be looking like when you fill your holes in, especially on pasture land like this. But yeah, something we're finding quite a lot of on this permission: lead. Now that was a nice signal. Sorry guys, out of breath. I just took a bit of digging that hole, but yeah, lovely signal. Came up in the 30s on the manticore. But yeah, just a bit of lead. It'll go in the pot. Yep, hopefully better luck on the next hole. Just been in there. Nice little 15 signal on the manticore, and we've got our first, well, almost our first button of the day. It's been, dropped it. It's been knocked in half, or it's broken over the years when it's been in the ground. Little tongue back button, nothing too special. Promising find. So if you're finding things like this, there's been activity in the field. So first button of the day. As usual, I won't film unless it's an interesting button. I won't film because you do find quite a lot. But it's another target, so we're heading on the right track. I didn't film this. I'm kind of wishing I did. It was another signal that was a bit of a stinker, to be fair. It was bleeding down a lot from the top ferrous limits. But again, it had something about it. I don't know if you can see in there, that's bad daylight, but we have got something looking at us there that looks green. I don't know if we've got a bit of an imprint there. But we have. I'll get you into a bit of daylight. George the 5th. I'll just get the little tickler out. We'll tickle it up. Got a little bit of crud on it, but that might come off. Otherwise, in very nice condition. What does the date say? Can we get a date off it? It's going to be, yeah, the dates, unfortunately the date is not visible, but it's going to be anywhere between 1910, 11 to late 1930s, mid to late 1930s. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was, would it be 1938 he reigned until? But yeah, we're on the older coins, which I'm always happy to be pulling out. So over the moon with that. Britannia on that side. It's not in very good condition, but we can make out who it is, which is good enough for me. Halfpenny. Yeah, happy with that. I'm gonna have to start digging these dodgy signals. This one came up with a 4. A 4. Now there's the imprint. I'll try and turn that around without it. Now you can see the decoration on the imprint. Now I think we've got, like, not a pair of cufflinks, but a cufflink, I think. There you can see. How amazing is that tiny little thing? Now I think, unfortunately, I think it is starting to come to bits, but we'll see if we can get it pulled apart together. Oh yeah, you can see the top is coming away from the inside. Unfortunately, I'll just put that down there safe. See if we can get this. That's so flimsy. Look at, yeah, that's so old. Yeah, so I'll just get the brush and I'll just give it a little bit of a tickle. We'll put that by the back bit there. Right guys, how beautiful is that? Tiny. You can see how big it is compared to your finger. Tiny. Like I say, it came up with a 4. Was it a 4? Yes, a 4 on the manticore there. Absolutely tiny little thing. To be fair, I honestly thought it was just going to be a bit of foil. Foil normally comes in low like that, but on fields this age, I've just got to dig everything. I mean, it means I don't cover much distance in a day, but if you're pulling little tiny things up like this, you can see the clips there on the back where it would. I'm not going to rub that, by the way. I'm just going to wait till it dries off, but you can see the little clips where it's clipped onto this. Get the other bit for you. Where it's clipped onto the back. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that would have been a cufflink. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, if anybody has any ideas what else it could have been, please, in the comments below, please put us right. But I believe it to be one half of a cufflink that's unfortunately coming to bits, but very nice, very, very nice little thing that decorated as well. So, yeah, again, very happy, and this field's starting to throw up nice little things, so I'm going to have to take it low and slow and dig everything. So I think I'll be able to fill a couple of hours in very nicely today. Yep, very happy. Another little bit of a strange one here, guys. Just stamp that in a bit more. It's a bit of lead. Now, if it'll focus. Whoops. Now, what has that been used for? What was it made for? Is it a gaming piece? I'll just get the brush on it, give it a little bit tickle up. Just get that bit muck out, see if there's anything in there what we need to see. Now, what on earth would that have been used for, guys? Does anybody have any idea? My first and only guess was some sort of gaming piece. I've never found anything quite like this before. Yeah, unless it's a... Yeah, well, I'm not going to say what it looks like. It does have very much resembles one of them, but I don't think it is one of them. But yeah, little gaming piece maybe, possibly. I don't know if that bit looks folded over or not. I don't know. Yeah, gaming piece. That's what I'm going with anyway, guys. But if you know, please post below. Right, again, we've got another signal here. It was another dodgy, you know, it was in the 20s, but it was a bit all over the place. Now, I don't know if there's a bit of mineralisation in the ground here or what that's causing that. I'm going to have a bit play with my settings now just to try and get around it a bit, but I've turned that clod over there. I don't know if you can see that, but that looks to be a clog clasp. Now, this is another item that you find quite a few of in the field, but I don't get tired of digging them up. They're lovely, lovely little things to find. Some of them are decorated. I think it was was it the last video I had a decorated one? So they're nice to find. This one unfortunately has been bent, and we'll just try and get as much kind of stuff out of there very carefully without snapping it. It'd be such a shame if it's been laid in the ground 150, 200 years for me to then come along and snap it. But there we have it. Lovely little, unfortunately bent clog clasp. Bit on the back that would go into the other clasp, or onto the leather of the shoe, or whatever it was that it was holding together. Lovely little thing. Slightly common find, but I don't get tired of digging these up. They are nice to find. Somebody walking across the field, obviously before the time of sort of laces and stuff and what have you, or well, they would have laces, but they would have these as well. But obviously they've walked across this field and one of these has just popped off, and it's laid for however many years, waiting for me to come and find it. And there it is. Right, we'll do another semi-live one here. 3940. That was slightly different. Loud and clear on the middle line. God knows what this could be. I'm probably a bit of lead, but we'll see in a minute when I've got this plug dug out. Right, there's the plug out. We'll have a quick nosy about in here. And my suspicions came true. Just a bit of lead. Now we'll have a quick tickle up there, make sure that there's nothing that we're missing. It just looks to be a bit of molten lead. That's just like a bit of slag or whatever you want to call it. That's just being just discarded. Yeah, that's all it is. Another one for the pot. Right, I've walked about 15 steps after that lump of lead, and we've got another one that we can do kind of semi-live here. It's just down from the middle line. I hope you can hear that on my headphones and see the screen. Very loud. Whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not sure. Another thing, there's a lot of wind noise. I hope you guys can hear us through all the wind noise. But anyway, we'll get this dug out and we'll see what it is. Right, she's out. Now there's something very big looking at me there, and it looks very, very, very strange. What is that? What is that? Is it just some sort of old tractor machinery parts where the pipes would go in? I honestly don't know. Say there's holes going in there, or is it something else? Now, obviously, I'm going to keep this. I'll do a little bit of research, but it does look very, very much like what, unless it's off some sort of. I just don't know. See, I don't know. I don't know what that point's for there. What could that be for? And then there's a bit at the bottom here that looks to have a little bit of sort of decoration on. Is that iron? No. Now, any ideas about that, guys? I have never seen anything like that in my life. I don't think it's anything of terrible importance. Like I say, I think it could just be for the pipes to clip onto there, around there, for an old tractor of some sort. I don't know. But the way it's coloured, the way it's gone green, and look, there's even some sort of like, well, not a pattern, but you can see something on the top there of the round bit. Very, very strange. Never found nothing like this ever. Yeah, I'm going to go with earlier farm machinery, sort of something like that for now, until I do a bit more research. Yeah, no wonder the signal was loud and clear. The size and the weight of this thing, yeah, you weren't going to miss that one. We've come a bit further. You can see over there, that's me pickup, that's where I've come from. I haven't walked in a straight line from there to here. I've dotted about a bit, just a bit randomly. But here we've got a very nice signal coming up in the 40s. Now, a lot of my hammered coins that I've found, well, I've only found 4 in my time, but most of them's come up in that 40s sort of region. I mean, it's a round dot, but it's probably more likely going to be a moo tube. So we'll find out in a second when I've got this dug out. Well, it wasn't a hammered coin, and it wasn't a moo tube, and I have actually found something like this before, and I didn't know what it was, and I still don't really know what it is, but I've got one almost identical at home. Now, if anybody can tell me what that is, I mean, you can see it's whatever shape you want to call it, but it's definitely something. You can see on the back it's had some sort of clasp. Now, was that for some sort of leather for the horse, like a horse leather, some sort of decoration? That's what I'm leaning towards. I mean, like I say, I've got another one at home and it has got the same on the back, so that's what I'm leaning towards, sort of on the bridle of I don't know which way up it would have went, but on the horse leathers or something like that. So that's a nice little find. I'm happy with that. See, you just never know what's going to pop up, so just always dig them signals. And like I say, I've got another one at home and it has got the same on the back, so that's what I'm leaning towards, sort of on the bridle of I don't know which way up it would have went, but on the horse leathers or something like that. So that's a nice little find. I'm happy with that. See, you just never know what's going to pop up, so just always dig them signals. Like I say, would have been better if it was a hammered coin, but I'm still very happy with that. That's another little artifact to go in the pot. Right, I hope you can hear us. There's a fair bit of wind noise here at the minute, but why don't we all have a guessing game with what do we think this could be? Gotta be a coin, hasn't it? Nice clear signal. Nice dot on the centre line. Just has to be, doesn't it? Right. We'll find out in a second. Right, we've got that out. I've turned that over. There's something there. I don't know if it's a coin. It looks a funny shape. We'll get the brush at it. Yeah, right. What is that? Now, at first I was going to say it was half a old threepence coin, but it's too deep. The edges are far too deep. They're very, very deep, them edges. Yeah. Is there a bit of detail coming through there? Can we see that at home, guys? I'm trying to get you in the best light. It's just a bit... There is something there, isn't there? There's definitely something. Can you see there's like... Get me a little pointing stick out for you. There's like lines coming that across there. Has it been some sort of button? Has it been a weight? Has it been some sort of token? It's a shame. I don't think the other bits. No, the other bit is not there. So I'm a little bit stumped on that one. I mean, you can see if I do that, you can see a little bit of something. What I don't know. I mean, does that look like a lion, a rampant lion, or? I'll just give it a little bit squirt, guys. While I've got you here, we'll give it a little bit squirt up and see what it does with a bit of water on it. Now, I don't want to give too much rub on in case I do kill it. But right, let's have a look at that. We'll get it dried off. We'll give it a quick brush first, and then we'll dry it off. The cloth here. Right, I don't think that's any better. There's something there, isn't there? I would almost say there's something on that side as well. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna put it in my pouch, and I'll leave it till I get home, and I'll see if I can get any more detail off it. I'll just give it a quick rub on my trousers there, but I don't know what that is, guys. I don't know. I don't think it's anything important, but there is a bit of detail on there. But whatever it was, it's been cut in half and it's about jiggered. But if you know what it was or have an idea what it was, please post in the comments below. Well, catch you on the next haul. Just dug this one out, guys. It was a nice signal, clear, crisp, on the centre line. Wasn't very deep. That's why I didn't film it, because I thought, well, what could it be? So I just thought, no, I'll dig it out, and then if there's anything, I'll get back to you. But you can just maybe see in there is some sort of, it's a coin or a token. Now that looks very, very interesting. Whoops. Now, I just want to be very, very gentle with this. I'll give it a little tiny tickle with a brush. Now that looks like a token of some sort. I don't know which way up it goes, but now I don't want to be putting any water on this. Yeah, it's got a little hole in the top, look. Oh, look at the decoration on the back of there, guys. That looks lovely, doesn't it? I'll just give it a little tiny tickle on the magic trousers just to see what it does. Right, can any of you guys make that out? No, I'm struggling, but that is definitely a token. Now I'm going to give it 2 minutes to dry out, and I'll give it a bit clean up, and I'll get back to you. But there's definitely, you can see the floral around the bottom there, bit of detail in the centre. If we turn it that way, there is lots of writing, and I'm sure there's a date in the middle that could possibly say 1893, or is that 16? Oops, I'll get out the light for you. Can anybody make that out? Now I can see two busts either side facing each other towards the middle. But give us a second, guys. I'll clean this up as best and as carefully as I can, and we'll see what we've got. But I think we've got some sort of, will it be more like a medallion of some sort, like a remembrance sort of thing, or something like that? That's what we've got. But give us a second, I'll get back to you. Right, welcome back. We have, if I can get the light right for us, a commemorative medal for the marriage of the Prince of Wales and the Princess of Denmark in 1863. It's made of brass. Be a bit of a, like, is it a fleur de lis on that side or whatever it'll be? So Prince of Wales would later become King Edward VII, if I'm right. Please correct us if I'm wrong. And obviously he married the Princess of Denmark in 1863, 10th of March, I think. So this little find here, found on this hillside here, bit of a steep incline. Yeah, just found right where my machine is there. Somebody's obviously been given this or got it somehow. It's been lost, and we've managed to luckily walk on top of it. Now I don't think I want to clean that any more than what it is there. I mean, I think it's done exceptionally well to come up in this condition, but I am absolutely, that's find of the day for me. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. That is fantastic, a fantastic little find. I'm just trying to get you in a bit better light so you can see it, guys. Absolutely, I'll zoom in a bit. You can just see the writing there. Prince of Wales, 1863, and then you can see the Princess of Denmark there. Now I'm not sure what it says around the edges, but what I'll do is I'll put that there like that, and if I'm clever enough, there should be a picture of it on the right hand side of the screen of what it would have looked like when it was made all them years ago. So yeah, there you have it. Absolutely superb little find, that. Over the moon with that. Now would that have the date on that side somewhere? Possibly. I mean, you can see the little hole at the top there where they would have hung it on a necklace, or where there's maybe a bit of a ribbon gone through or some sort. Whoops, nearly dropped it. But yep, that is an absolutely fantastic little find. One for the cabinet. Nice views there, guys. And we had another little signal. Now I'll just get the brush handy before I show you. Whatever that is. Probably going to go into the miscellaneous part of the collection, but it's definitely been something. I don't think it's got any fantastic age to it, but I could be wrong. Has it been part of a brooch, or is it nothing important? If you know, please post below in the comments, but it will be getting kept. It'll be getting kept safe at home, just in case. But Yeah, you see it's had like the pin going through. It's actually, does it turn? Yeah, has it been part of a horse brass, like sort of leather work? I don't know. But yep, nice little artifact there. Right, we're on this track. Goes through a gateway, but it's also right next to two big trees. Well, quite big trees. And we've got a coin ball or whatever it could be situation here. See that, if it'll focus? Can you guys see that? That looks like a 3p piece. Now, is it Queen Elizabeth or is it a dad? We'll find out. Just turn that off. Put that back in there. Just a little idea, guys, just before I clean this coin off. That is where, whoops, that is where I keep my pinpointer. Under there. Doesn't add any weight to it. You're freeing up a bit of space in your bag. So, yep, that's where I keep my pinpointer, just for those who happen to be wondering. Anyway, back to this coin. We'll try our best to get it tickled away. These are also quite a common find, but just like anything else, I don't tire of finding coins. It's all history. Somebody at some point dropped this, and they would have been a bit disappointed about it, I would think. That looks like Queen Elizabeth. Now, if I am causing any damage to this coin, it's a pretty worthless coin. It'll just be going into my collection of other pretty worthless things. But there you go, Queen Elizabeth II. Now, that'll probably be 1950s. I don't think we're going to get a date off that, unfortunately. I think it's just a bit poorly. But there you go. Another coin, and it was literally, just with being on this track, it was literally about an inch below the surface, so it's probably been run over about 1,000,000 times in its life. Yep, happy with that. Another one I didn't film, guys. It took forever to find this. Again, a manky old signal where it was bleeding down from the top line, but there was just enough about it for me to want to dig it. Now, it looks, at first I thought we had a coin, but I think it's either going to be a button or some sort of, yeah, I think that's a button. You can see the back of the button there, but it does look to have some sort of, I don't know if you can see that, some sort of detail coming through. Now, we'll just try and get you in good light so you can see what's going on here. Nothing on that side. Now, there does look to be a square. Oh, that's coming through nicely, that. Whoops. So I don't want to rub too much. Now, that isn't a button. That is not a button, I don't think. So, yeah, I don't want to rub it anymore, guys, but yeah, it maybe is a button and the middle's maybe come out or something, but that's decorated, whatever it is. Just give it a quick rub on the edges on the magic trousers. Yeah, whatever that is, guys. I'll try and zoom you in a little bit so you can see what I'm seeing. Now, bit square on the outside. Does it have writing? Very questionable. I would almost say it does. My eyes aren't good enough to see that without zooming in on the camera. Does that top word say mark? Would that say trademark? Turn this around there. Yeah, if anybody's ever seen anything like that or knows what it is, please post in the comments below. But that's another thing that's just very interesting find, and could have some age to it. So as always, I'm happy with that. Right, we'll do another semi-live one. Hopefully you can hear as the wind is picking up gradually, but hopefully you can see and hear that. That's a lovely signal, that. I'm hoping it's going to be silver or at least a coin. We'll see you in a second when I've got it out. Right guys, I can see a little bit of something in there. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think it's either. I think it's just... Oh no, hey, we're on to another spindle whorl, guys. Fantastic. That's 3 I've had in 2 days. This one doesn't look decorated, but I love finding these. Absolutely love finding them. Yeah, 100% spindle whorl. Looks quite... Yeah, is it earlier than the other 2? I'm not too sure, but absolutely love finding these. If that'll focus. Daylight's just starting to wane a bit. That's what we're on with there. Another spindle whorl. Absolutely fantastic. I just don't think that's focusing, unfortunately, guys, but hopefully you can see that. Another spindle whorl. Right guys, those of you that have eagle eyes will have noticed that we're not in the field. My camera went flat. I was out maybe another hour after it went flat. Didn't find a great deal afterwards, but just a quick roundup here of all the finds that we made today. We'll start with the rubbish, just to show you that everybody digs rubbish. I mean, you can't get away from it. I mean, you know, bits of aluminium, whatever that's been, there's like all sorts, shotgun ends, and this is all my lead. That will all go into the lead bucket. A bit off a lead, I think like a dog's lead or something, or some sort of something like that. Yeah, would have swiveled at one point. Just the usual suspects. Cow tags with a bit of metal going through. Now we'll get on to the best of what today had to offer. Right. So you all saw the lovely thimble that I found. Kind of one of the first targets. That's a lovely thing, that. I'll get that cleaned up. That'll go in the cabinet. Nice little clasp as well. That'll go with the rest of them. What did I find? Oh, so I think the last target before the camera went flat was this spindle whorl, which looks very old. Whether or not it's older than the 2 decorated ones I found yesterday on the last video, I don't know. They're very hard to date, but yeah, I'm very happy. Every time I find a spindle whorl, I like finding spindle whorls. I'm very happy with that. Just an old buckle, that'll not be massively old. Still kind of moves, won't be massively old, that, but it'll get kept. 2 pewter spoon handles. Now this one does have a little bit of detail on, but it'll just get chucked in a tub the same as this one, being a spoon handle or something at some point, I think. Pewter. Yes, I dug this up. This has some decoration on it around the outside there, whether it's been some sort of stud for leather or what, I don't know, but that came up. And then I'll just give this a little bit of a rub because it's dried out nicely. Nice military button. One of the last targets I dug today. Now, I don't know if we'll get any writing off that. But yeah, I like digging these up as well. I mean, these are nice. I mean, I don't know how old they'll be, maybe 1800s or something. 1800s or early 1900s possibly. But they're very, very, very nice to dig up them. Yeah, that'll go on display nicely. The lovely little half. Well, it's coming to bits actually, if you see it's coming to bits there. Half a cufflink. So that's a shame, but yeah, it's still a nice little find. Now we come on to the coins. We'll go from worst to best. Pre-decimal halfpenny. Queen Elizabeth II. You just about find them everywhere you go. So not very special at all, that one. Then we have a 3p. There. Try and get it the right way around for you. 3p. Elizabeth II on the back. Probably early, mid 1950s, probably. Early 60s, possibly. Then we have this lovely commemorative medal for the marriage of Prince of Wales and the Princess of Denmark in 1863, I think, if I remember rightly. Just see the date there in the middle. Now obviously Prince of Wales later went on to become King of England in 1901, Edward VII. So that's a very, very nice find. I'll probably put some sort of wax on that just to preserve it a bit, and it'll go in the cabinet. I'll maybe try and clean it very carefully a little bit more, but I won't be doing too much to that because you'll just end up damaging it. So it'll just probably go in as it is. Now, first for me, never ever found one of these. Now this is going to take a little bit of getting right. Now I think this is a bawbee, Charles II. Now on this side you can just see there'll be a crown at the top, and then there'll be a C and an R, I think. Now if I'm very clever with this, I'll put that there, and next to it on the right hand side of it will be what it should look like when it was new. I'll turn it over and do the same with this side. Hopefully I'm clever enough to do this. So yeah, I think that side, I've never ever found one of these, so I think that side had a thistle on. Now Charles II, I think you're talking mid 1600s, somewhere like that. So for this to come up and still have a little bit of detail on is unbelievable. Now the side with the thistle on was the best when I dug it out the ground, but now as it's drying you can just see the beginning of the C with the crown above it next to an R. So I'm absolutely over the moon with that. So that is promising for me, because if there's coins of that age in there, I mean it's and if we hit it hard, it's only a matter of time before we start finding the really good stuff, such as your hammered coins and stuff like that. So oh yeah, sorry, that's why I don't film buttons. Lots of buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 buttons, not including the two up there, the two nicer ones. A tiny little caster wheel. Now what would be small enough to have something like that? I don't know. And then this mystery object. I'm still convinced it's something to do with machinery. I am, but it'll get kept, and it'll get kept in a tub for years and years, probably until one day I decide to try and research what it is. So yeah, about 4 hours detecting, guys, with the manticore on new permission, and that's what I've pulled up. So I'll get these cleaned up. Some of them will go in the cabinet and some of them will just go in a tub. But, yeah, just want to say thank you very, very much for tuning in again and watching this video. And I just want to say, please, please, please like and subscribe. Help the channel out a bit. And until next time, watch what you're doing. Thank you.